Welcome back to another video, everyone. Glad you're here. And today we're going to be deciding which Bumblebee is better, KBB MCS Hornets or the new Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. Let's find out. Disclaimer: the KBB is broken. It's completely my fault. I am addressing this A, because I wanted to be honest, and B, somebody wouldn't get off my tail about it because they decided to defend Studio Series 86 Bumblebee for their life.
Get off me! Get off me! You're on me, get off me!
But with that out of the way, let's begin the comparison. We'll start with the 86. Looking at the overall profile of this figure, you can see that he's pretty slim, with quite the backpack, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, I'd say he has pretty cartoony colors, or does he? You can see when comparison to the G1 model, the yellow is much too dark, and the windows are black? For being a subline so set on achieving cartoon accuracy and so renowned for that, it really confuses me why they made this choice for the colors. Even with that, the robot mode still looks really nice, able to get into some great poses, and I'd say it does get the job done, looking like a decent Bumblebee. Although you have to think, doesn't it look a little more like the toy? And we'll get to that later. The overall plastic quality and joint tolerances really rock on this figure. I definitely have to give it some points for that, because if there's one thing 86 doesn't fail to do, it does not fail to give us good quality on joints. Oh wait. Even with the sturdy joints and the good plastic quality, this figure I find does fall over a lot, and that isn't helped by the feet structure. The structure of the feet consists of two platforms for the figure to balance on, while the entire rest of it is hollow. Also, the wheels almost come down to there, so if you aren't leaning him the right way, he will topple over. My final issue with the robot mode is the backpack. It really gets in the way of the silhouette of this figure. If you cover up the backpack, it makes the figure look so much better. So I feel like if they found a way to collapse it more, then it would be perfect. The backpack does offer gun storage, but I'm pretty sure a wheel is supposed to be back there. Overall, the robot mode is good, has a couple flaws, but it's just not up to par with that perfect cartoon accuracy that we've been getting with these past Studio Series 86 figures. Then we move on to the KBB MCS Hornets. You can instantly tell this guy's going for the cartoony look, with the vibrant yellow and the metallic blue windows. Now I'd say the one big flaw I have with this robot mode is the fact that it's blatantly an upscale. This is an upscale of New Age's first figure being Bumblebee. I don't really mind it because visible ball joints have never really bothered me, but they could bother you, so it's really up to your personal preference. Comparing this guy to the G1 model, you can tell he's much more cartoon accurate when it comes to most of the details, although I will give the head to the 86 being much better. I'd say one of the advantages this guy has over the 86 is his stability. This guy can stand on one leg no problemo. This is because the feet structure is a lot more filled in and the base is a lot stronger. It's also a lot more accurate, so you get a 2 for 1. The feet structure makes this figure so much more fun to pose than the 86. Here's a blooper of me trying to get the 86 to stand. Come on, stand. Dude! This is in direct contrast to the KBB because I've had zero problems with him falling over. Another advantage he has is the backpack. It's so much cleaner, so much nicer. It also has the spare tire, which is more accurate. 86, how do you miss this? Also, I'm not going to compare the accessories because both are two little pathetic pea shooters and just kind of petty to try to compare to really tiny guns that aren't substantial whatsoever. I will say neither of these robot modes are as good as Animated Bee from Legacy in terms of articulation, look, quality of the figure. It's all way better than these two. I just want to say that. The 86 has fun tricks up its sleeve with how the chest works and how the feet work with the little sliding panel. It's really cool how that works, but The KBB also was a lot of fun. It really feels like an animated figure the way that the panels are just kind of perfectly fitted to make that perfect curve. If you have an animated figure, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now going back to the 86's vehicle mode, and let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I'm sure y'all know my first initial reaction to the whole two Autobot logos thing. Who signed that off and said that was okay? And I still find it really dumb that they decided to do that. I know some of you guys say that you don't really mind, but that's such a hard cope. You guys are just coping with it. I understand you want to make the best of it, but I found out a way to fix it. Get some isopropyl / rubbing alcohol, just imagine that says 91%, a Q-tip, and of course, the elbow grease and the big guns. It will look so much better, guys, just trust me here. Looking at the G1 model and the 86 car mode, it's just really not that close at all. And again, I have to emphasize that this doesn't look like the cartoon. It actually looks more like the toy. Then looking at the KBB and comparing it to the model, and it's just spot on. Just spot on. 360, it's perfect, man. I really have zero issues with this vehicle mode. So I think this is, again, an instance of the 86 looking more like the toy and the KBB looking more like the cartoon. So in conclusion, it's really up to personal preference whether you want a cartoon accurate Bumblebee or a toy accurate Bumblebee. I will say it's kind of disappointing the fact that this is 86 and it's supposed to be the most cartoon accurate possible, and they go out here and make a more toy accurate figure. It just kind of is confusing to me. I don't know about you guys. And the two Autobot logos thing is really confusing. Whereas the KBB, it's half the price, more cartoon accurate, more fit for people's collections. But if you don't have access to its market, then the 86 is a great option. When I criticize these two figures, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just telling you things that you might find wrong with it. If you don't find these things to be a problem, that's great. More to you. You get to enjoy the figure more. But I'm comparing these two, and I ultimately recommend the KBB because it's cheaper and it will fit in with your 86 collection better because it's more cartoon accurate, which the 86 should have been. But yeah, that's been my comparison. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Which do you think is better? And we can talk about it down in the comments. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
That being said, Stellaris out.